Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to FILMspiration, inspiration for everyone through the lens of a filmmaker. My name is writer director Edgar, and today we've got
Alex Martinez.
Ooh, what's up, Alex? Thanks for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it. So let's jump right into business, Alex. So you guys have what coming up?
An action drama short film coming up, which is Garcia to the Rebirth.
Cool. So now, are we calling it Garcia to the Rebirth because there's an original short film before this?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one we did was probably like 7 months ago,
Mhm.
and it was just a little short that I did with my friend Emmanuel, which of course Emmanuel played an extra in that one, and he got to play the main villain in this one because you never see his face, and plus he had long hair before, so we can.
He did cut it.
He did cut it.
That's
so we can cheat it.
Emmanuel, what's up, brother? How you doing? AJ, how you doing, man? Good to see you on here again. AJ O'Neill is a big time supporter. We definitely appreciate you, AJ, every single time you jump aboard. We greatly appreciate it. Emmanuel, Skinny, aka Skinny, right?
Yep.
I never knew that you called him that before, but it makes sense because the guy when the guy eats, where does the food go? I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, we've tried it.
Okay, so you guys made, so that must have been the short film that I saw that you guys had a scene on a rooftop, right?
Yes.
That you filmed here locally.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me about that short film and then how it segues into this production. What got you to say, hey, let's move on over to this one right here, and then as you already cut you off, but as you begin to talk about the Garcia 2, we'll roll some photos and whatnot. Okay.
So pretty much like how the first one went was just pretty much he started as this little drug lord he's doing a normal life, but what it is that he starts getting issues where he deals with his dad who is a cop, so it's like there's that family thing issue right there. Like okay, but then he has other issues where his mom has died, so it's like him and dad never had a good relationship, so his dad blames him for the mom's death.
Yeah.
And then from there it's this little drug dealer named Francisco, which he's trying to pretty much take over other turfs. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to take over what Garcia has, which is the character I play.
Mm.
So he's like trying to take over what he has, and pretty much what he does. So Francisco, what he is, he has he's kind of an ass. So he does. It's the best way to describe it. He's kind of his character is kind of like just the way his character acts.
Yeah.
And so what his character does to make Garcia give up everything he has, that he kidnaps his girlfriend, which is played by Sandra.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much he's pretty much forced into that situation because of him.
Sandra Williams, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Was Sandra? So I recently met Sandra on the set of Sacred Goals. Sandra, what's up? How you doing? And very lovely young lady. Cool personality. And was she in the first one? In the first one, as I'm holding up two fingers.
Yes.
Was she in the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she had a good role where we filmed this one scene where I guess Francisco's so if you have seen I'm trying to remember, it's called Crank, the first one when Jason Statham's character is looking through I guess he has like a little DVD player and it says play me.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of took that same concept. So it shows that Francisco recorded it, so it's similar to what that, and like how from there it just sets off from there where now Garcia has to get the money he has and actually try to get her back.
Cool. So let's roll some pictures, and in each of these photos or collectively, tell us what we're looking at here, Alex.
Well, that was when we first did it. But when we shot the party scene, which is the person who's playing my character's child is Rose, which her name is Jada Pasha. She's a really cute, awesome actress, and she plays my character's daughter. And then from the other picture after that would have been when we're shooting Chrissy, my friend Chrissy, who's playing Maya's main fight scene, because she has a main fight scene in this one where she has to fight some of Rose and some of Francisco's characters, and like she fights pretty much all these guys who are trying to pretty much go. So I'll explain that later because it's like. So after that, so what happens pretty much in that picture what happens is Maya's finding all these thugs. And so how does that play into number 2 is that so how number 2 happens is pretty much my character's trying to live a normal life from what his original life was. And so how that gets turned upside down is pretty much Francisco who's pretty much the main villain from the first one. My character thought he died. And then when you find out he did not die, he just was in a coma the whole time. And so that's what brought him back into the scene again. And so what happens for number 2 is that his character wakes up from this coma, and his character pretty much has a grudge against me now. So he's like, so he's trying to figure out, am I alive? So he's kind of mad at his man since his man couldn't finish off me after the first film. So he's like, you know what? I need to get someone better. So he hires this hired gun who's pretty much the top assassin right now. Yeah. Which is Rogue, who's played by Emmanuel. Oh, okay. And so pretty much that's how he gets in the situation where now he's hunting my character down. And so now my character and his friend Maya have to protect Carly and Rose from now Rogue. But the thing is, the one problem with my character is he's very rash. So he's kind of stubborn too. But like he's trying to say, you know, I can handle this by myself. But Maya's kind of like she's around the same. She has the same job as Rogue, so she knows pretty much everyone in the underworld. So she kind of like, play it smart. It'll be better. But my character's kind of like too stubborn to do it. Yeah, and this right here is the concept poster, correct? Of Garcia 2. So, Alex, one question that I got for your little graphics bumper. Alex, one question I have for you is, obviously, you know, there are a lot of complexities here, so that goes into one of my favorite topics when it comes to filmmaking in general, story. So talk to me about like how important it was to incorporate this very complex, maybe story with a lot of moving pieces, because basically if you're not paying attention to the first movie, then, you know, maybe the second movie won't make sense, or maybe it will. But the thing is, it's kind of like a saga where you kind of have, or The Godfather, like, where you have to, there's a lot of story going on, right? Yes. And so you obviously wrote it like that by design. Yes. And so pretty much how the story goes, pretty much, if you kind of watch the first one, you kind of understand why this character Francisco has a grudge against me, and why he's pretty much why he's been in this coma. Like it kind of explains all that situation, like why all this stuff happened to him, and how everything plays out in number 2. And like it just pretty much the first one shows you how my character's how he used to be when he used to be, compared to how he used to be to he's right now, which now he's trying to live that normal life. But it's like he's haunted still by that situation with Francisco, because in one of the parts in the film he does have a flashback of like when he got injured from the first film. So it's like there's a lot of connection between the two. Exactly. Yes. Cool. Alex, sorry to mean to cut you off. I'm really good at cutting people off. Don't worry. Alex, so let's say hi to everyone who's aboard. Peter, how you doing, man? Thanks for jumping aboard. Dave, what's going on, man? This is a little thing we do, as you know, of a lot of the filmmaking that goes on here at the local level in Tucson. It's more than you would think, and just trying to put a spotlight on it. Sal Valdenegro, Sal had you on about a week and 2 days ago, bud. Good to see you on here on the other side, but good to see you on here, bro. John De Loera, I started my TV career with him. He was another cameraman at Telemundo, and I learned a lot of with regards to like camera work and editing from Mr. John De Loera. Nice. And he actually participated in a few short films with David Bayardo. I think one was called Cracked of Dawn, or Cracked of Dawn. John, correct me if I'm wrong in the title. So you guys, if you guys have any questions for Mr. Alex or about his most current and upcoming production of Garcia 2, The Rebirth, as to not screw it up, you guys go ahead and throw some questions out if you guys want. It's not about just us chattering and blabbing on and on. It's about you guys having the opportunity to ask any questions, throw a comment out there, whatever you guys would like. So, Alex, where are we at with regards to the production? Because the production's going to start in July, from what I remember, correct? Yep, July 8th. July 8th. That's when we officially start filming. So are you guys doing an Indiegogo campaign or some sort of a fundraising campaign currently? We were planning to do the Indiegogo, but Indiegogo kind of, you have to have like your bank account and all this other stuff. So to make it more simple, I recently made like a small GoFundMe. And pretty much, we're not like, we know we're starting on late, so we're not expecting like, a bunch of money just should fall on our lap. Yeah. We just need like some just to help out with just pretty much catering, so the actors can eat. Yeah. And also help with transportation, because some of them live in Phoenix, so it's like they kind of they're making their way just down here just to be a part of the film, which we want. Maybe at least like for gas money, right? Yeah, at least like we want to at least like compensate them for at least coming down here being in the film. Yeah.
And I think with regards to that I'm an independent filmmaker as well, and so I really made the effort to let go of the days a while back of Chris, how you doing? Chris Farmer, how you doing, man? Antonio de la Cruz. Antonio, you're being watched in New York, brother.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, so I try to let go of I made a little promise to myself to let go of the days when I didn't pay actors or when they didn't eat on set. And so I think as filmmakers, we at least can make sure that the cast and the crew have something to eat, and then also like you said, people coming from Phoenix, just 2 hours away from us, more or less. Some gasoline. So kudos to you, brother, for making sure about that. You guys have any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns? Chuy Santian. Chuy is a documentarian out of the Oxnard area.
Oh, really?
From what I remember correctly, specializes in boxing. Really, really neat stuff. I saw a documentary of his at the Chicano International Film Festival in LA this past October, I believe it was, and it was very cool. And Chuy, good to have you aboard, man. If you guys have any questions, again, Mario Eslava, how you doing, man? Mario, good to see you back here, brother. Blah blah blah. My mouth is drying up. I definitely and greatly appreciate it. Let me see. AJ, thank you so much for sharing the video as usual, man. I really do appreciate it. As you know, and as I always say, because it's so true, and I don't just say it just to say it, but we can't do this without grassroots support and grassroots sharing, which is what you do. So I greatly appreciate it. Now, Alex Martinez just, oh my God, he's right here next to me. That's amazing. Doing great. Mario, that's awesome, brother. Hey, Mario, where are you at, man? Where are you at in the world? Are you a filmmaker? If so, what facet of filmmaking? Writer, director, actor? AJ O'Neill asked, what camera did you use? So you're, AJ, they haven't started the production. The production's going to start on July 7th or 8th? On July 8th. By the way, can I go out there and check it out?
Sure.
Get a little...
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And but yeah, like the camera he's asking, the camera we'll be using will be the Canon Rebel T5i actually.
Cool.
Which is thankfully my friend had the camera, so he allows us to use it for the film. But then I also have my friend Josue, which he has a Nikon, which I know they're two different cameras, and it's like to matching them is gonna be kind of hard. But it's like me and him done it before when we used to went to the AI and the Institute, because we used to film together. We used to film the different cameras because I used to like Canon and he likes Nikon. But we like for some reason every time we and him I guess use those cameras and used to do editing, like we always match them some way, somehow we always know how to match them up.
That's a thing that that I've noticed is that Canon has a very soft. AJ says, how are you cutting it when finishing software? What finishing software are you using? So Canon, I've noticed in comparison to like Panasonic, for example, has a softer look.
Yeah.
A little bit more, I don't want to say washed out, but it's just a softer texture, and I've always liked that. Maybe I've just gotten used to that, but that doesn't mean that other brands like Sony, Panasonic, Nikon are no good. They're very good in their own rights. But so yeah, AJ's got a question. So what are you cutting on?
Oh, I'm cutting on Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro.
Yeah, that's what I got right there in my little tower.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, I've been using Premiere Pro forever. Canon and Premiere, kind of faithful to.
Pretty much, yeah.
And not because they're better than other systems, it's just what I'm used to. So
it's like what you prefer, pretty much.
Yeah, and what works for you and what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. So Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty much how I'm gonna be cutting the film, because I know the Art Institute hasn't closed yet, and I'm seeing if I can still use the editing system they have over there. So at least it helps. Cool.
Now Mario writes, learning to be a better YouTuber, starting with my daughter. Started her own channel. Oh, that's cool, Mario. Here, let's come back to us on camera. As you can see, I'm right there reading. Challenge called Boring Room Challenge, where you get in a room in your home and you bring it to life with a shot. Hey, that's a really neat idea, Mario, because when you're using the basics, like a camera, some editing software, in my case, a laptop, and a light. I mean, it's about you got to have some basic resources, but it's about resourcefulness with what you have, and so let's go to that, because Antonio says, how many audio sources will you be using? Like you guys have a boom microphone.
Yeah.
And then also like maybe because I've seen shoots where I was on a shoot where we had one main boom pole and then actors also wearing two lavaliers, and so you basically had 3 tracks of audio.
We're probably gonna have one because one of the cameramen that's gonna be helping with Garcia too actually has audio equipment, so he's allowed to use his audio equipment, which is like that's a bonus. We can use whatever we can use.
Now let's talk about cameras and audio. You guys, I want you guys to jump in seriously because this is the debate of debates when it comes to filmmaking. T5i, I've got a T6i, I had a T2i before that, all right here in the room with us. Some will say, well, those are just beginner cameras, okay? And then they say, well, you got to have this camera, you got to have that camera, this editing system, that editing system. You guys, is it, and Alex too, is it more about having the most amazing gear, or is it more about having good basic gear but doing amazing things with it? Is it more about resources or resourcefulness? Go ahead.
I would say resourcefulness because you don't have to spend like a lot of money just to get the most brand new camera. You could granted, let's say the T3i, even though it's not the greatest camera, I have a T3. It's not the greatest, but you can still make short films with it.
Yeah.
If you know the basis of a camera, you can totally use it to film whatever you need. So it's like you don't need to go and waste all your money on the most expensive camera. You can still do it with the stuff you have. All it is just how most of them are gonna say, just go out there, film to your heart desires, pretty much.
Cool. And so we got some great comments right here. Marius Leva says, all I have is my iPhone 7 Plus, 256 gigs. Wow, I don't know. I don't know iPhones come back with that, man. It's almost going to be a terabyte. What's quarter of a terabyte? iPhone movie editing app. Mario, that's awesome, brother. Let me see what I would love to check out to see what it looks like, man, because you know that they filmed that whole movie Tangerine on a 5S, on an iPhone 5S. So if they can do it there, I'm beyond sure that you can do it with your iPhone 7 Plus. Mario, I have a Rode mic and a iographer cases and lenses. Brother, Rode mics are really, really great. Yeah. My preference is, I don't have too much experience with Rode mics. I don't have anything against them personally. I had some experience with a Panasonic mic. You know, Alfonso, he made the Alambrista movies, the Lucha Libre movies with Jake the Snake Roberts. He had this,
nice.
He's got this we had a camera, but also this Panasonic microphone. Beautiful, crisp sound, but I have seen amazing stuff come out of Rode mics, or have heard amazing stuff. Antonio de la Cruz, it's all in the lenses. Lenses are the key. I could see that, man, because I've tried different lenses. Like I had, I forgot what this generic make of a lens was that came with my T2i kit. Basically, somebody got the T2i body but slapped some cheap lenses on there. I didn't know any difference back when I was like 31 years old, and so I said, yeah, sure. And then I got an actual 18 to 55 millimeter, the actual lens that the T2i was supposed to come with. Yeah. Opened it up, it was a whole new world, brother. Same camera, different lens. Very, very true. Antonio, very true. Maria, Tia Jenny, that's my aunt from Phoenix. Yeah. How are you, Tia Jenny? Hope you're doing good. Mario Slava, the CEO of Iographer made that film, David Wellstone. Oh, really? No way, dude. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was him. But I love that film, and it just got like we're talking about Tangerine. Have you seen Tangerine?
I think I have.
It's about the prostitution that goes on, I believe, in the North Hollywood area. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mario. And basically it was all shot on one of these 5S.
Nice.
Okay, and then so they had like a little stabilizer and whatnot, but basically it was shot in the streets, minimal cast, minimal crew, and it is the neatest film because it had story, the story moved, great shots, great editing, all on a freaking iPhone.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, you know, that just goes to show how, oh, look at this, AJ put something up, how the filmmakers behind, Tangerine. AJ, that's awesome, brother. I'm going to check that out. Thank you for posting that. I'm going to definitely check that out and right afterwards, because just that concept fascinates me. I've not seen the film yet. Mario, watch the film. Don't watch it with your daughter. She's gonna have a lot of questions about a lot of things that are very adultish. So don't watch it with your daughter. But do watch it though, because that is that is it's definitely groundbreaking. But I think it just goes to show that, you know what, you can, if you got some good basic gear, it's more about the creativity that you put into using the basic gear. Um, but yeah, check it out, Mario. Don't watch it with your daughter. So, well, look at that. Okay, so we're back to this. All right, so for those of you who are just joining us, we've got Mr. Alex Martinez here, and these are some still shots of the upcoming shoot for, well, I mean, from the previous shoot, more than likely, but we have a concept poster on the back end of this for the upcoming shoot of the short film Garcia
to the Rebirth.
Garcia 2, The Rebirth. Now, Garcia 1, you more than likely have had to have been plugged into Alex, at least on Facebook. You guys hook up with Alex Martinez, even if you're from out of town. We don't care, dude. Alex, I'm pretty sure you'd appreciate the support for coming from anywhere, right? Alex, talk about how important that support is coming, because Mario, where are you at, man? Because I know Mr. Antonio de la Cruz is from New York. I know we've got LA in the house, Tucson, some Phoenix, Florida, I believe. AJ, you're in Florida from what I remember. Definitely Tucson in the house. So, I mean, but you know what, you guys? There's a guy on Facebook. I know you filmmakers have more than likely heard of him, Mr. Knives Monroe.
Sounds so familiar.
Knives Monroe. You guys look for knives, just like, you know, a knife. And then Monroe, Monroe. Very inspirational. With his videos are not flashy or anything spectacular, but what's amazing is his words and what he has to share about filmmaking, because he's also a filmmaker, but he also puts himself out there using Facebook Live. And Mr. Knives Monroe said in one time in one of his video podcasts that filmmakers, we have to support each other first, and then, you know, hopefully other people will understand, like, oh, there's this, you know, filmmaking happens at the local level and not just at the Hollywood level. But yeah, so what does support like that mean to you from here in the local indie community? And, you know, maybe not everyone's an actor or cast or crew member, but I mean, even people online who say, hey, let me see your stuff. But what does any type of support, any and all support mean to you, Alex?
It just means a lot, because like, it just shows that people actually support the dream you have and like what you want to accomplish in life. Because we all know everyone wants to get big in filming, and it's like, but the thing is, it's honestly the people who are more humble about it and say, like, you know what, I wouldn't have been here without all these people who supported me all the way.
Yeah.
And like, it just, I guess every time they support you, it just makes you want to continue to do on what you want. And it's like, from there, you just want to continue making more films, just have fun with it like everyone does. And it's like, that's how big support does with everyone. Like, it's like no one gets anywhere without the people behind them.
Yeah.
So everyone,
that's true.
It's like everyone helps them get on their way. It's like they help their journey to where they want to be at right now.
And that goes back to one of these memes that I've seen on Facebook. I mean, we've all seen them float around on Facebook. You got to surround yourself with the right people and positive people who are going to support your dream. I used to surround myself with alcoholics, and that was fun. I'm not going to say it wasn't. That was a lot of fun, but a few years went by, and, you know, it continues to be fun, or not continues. It continued to be fun, but I got at some point in my life, I got to saying, well, but I'm not making films. Like, I'm not doing squat. So you got to support yourself by surrounding yourself with the right people and supporting other people in what they do in any way, shape, or form. Even if it's bringing attention to people, and this is a way that I like to support, that eventually evolved into this FILMspiration Live. So definitely always happy to support the local independent filmmaking community here in Tucson. And as soon as I figure out like Google Hangouts and how to do remote this and that,
yeah,
I want to talk to other filmmakers in other cities. So Fanny Feliz out in LA. How are you? Thank you so much for jumping aboard. I greatly appreciate it. I loved watching your live the other day. I think it was about a week and a half ago. Learned a lot from it. Threw some questions out there. Laura Andrade, how are you? I hope you're doing good. So let's see how we're doing on time. Good. We're good. So for those of you who are just hopping aboard, Laura and Fanny, we have Mr.
Alex Martinez.
Okay, and we're talking about the upcoming shoot for the short film.
Garcia 2, The Rebirth.
Exactly. Now, here are some photos that we've seen before from, this is the previous shoot, right, of the original short film, Garcia, right? And so this shoot for this short film, and it's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, the first one's on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, so afterwards, can we get that the link, put it in the body, that way people can watch it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So that when they see that, they can check it out, and then when we revisit you, there's the concept poster, everyone. When we revisit you, and we talk about, this is how the production went, and this and that, and when you're ready to present it to the world, if you want to do it here on Filmspiration, would definitely love to. But that way people can check it out, and we'll put that link in the body of the of this post once the video's over. But talk to us about the story that goes into it. What is Garcia Part 2, The Rebirth, about, Alex, for those of us who are just starting?
All right, so pretty much what Garcia 2, The Rebirth is about. So the incident after, so it's 8 years after the incident of the first film, which is, if you go on YouTube, you can watch it there. And so pretty much Garcia now is living a normal life. He finally got married to his girlfriend Carly, which is from the first film. But then also in that time, he had a child named Rose. And so he's just trying to, he's not trying to, like, I guess finally after all this time, he finally realized that he needs to live a normal life. He can't be what he used to be now that he has a girl in the world. So what he's doing now is trying to live a normal life, but as he's living his normal life, pretty much he has flashbacks of that incident with Francisco. So it's like it's been haunting him over and over. So it's like no matter what. And plus, he also remembers because of his little scar that he got from it because he got stabbed in the first one. So it's like that reminds him all the time about what happened. And so, and like pretty much now he's trying to live a normal life. And so what happens as he lives his normal life, he's trying to show his daughter how better he is right now. And he's not trying to show her that, oh, I used to do this, I never did that. He doesn't want her to know that he used to be a drug lord or do anything around those that sort of things. He's trying to say, oh, I'm a nice man. I've been all good all the time.
So a lot of the details from the first short film, which it was a short film, right?
Yes.
The first one, spill on over into the story of the second one. I mean, it basically a lot of it sets up the second story, correct? And I'm looking forward to the second story because I saw the first one, and so but I didn't know that you guys were making a part 2.
Yeah.
And then so when I saw this 2 weeks ago or so, and that's when you and I it's like 4 in the morning and we're talking on Facebook. Like, hey, let's get on Filmspiration. This is what it looks like talking at 4 in the morning on Facebook.
Very much.
But here we are, and so we're talking about it. So these are some shots from the previous production, correct? And then I like the concept trailer from the poster of the poster. No, okay, brain fart. I love the concept poster for the upcoming short of Garcia 2, Rebirth, and so these are some shots from the set. There's the poster, everyone, coming up. So you guys are going to actually be filming this in a little Filmspiration bubble. You guys are going to actually be filming this on the 8th of July, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How big is the production going to be, being a short film? Cast and crew,
Well,
if you don't mind my asking.
So we're planning. Okay, so we plan for a 6-day film shoot. The only reason why we picked 6 days because the thing that's gonna take the most out of all of this is filming the big action sequences that we have in it. Which is one of them will be between me and Amanda, our little fight scene, because that took us a lot of time when we're practicing that. That takes forever. Plus, so we have that, and then we also have my friend Maya's fight scene, which she has that one. It's like I would say there's like 4 big main action sequences in this whole film, and it's like they're big, so it's like we had to at least practice them and pretty much plan them accordingly. So that's why we plan 6 days because it's gonna probably take us a while to shoot those.
And aside from like gun action, is there? I imagine there's martial arts.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because
some Steven Seagal in there.
Probably. But
Hard to Kill.
Oh yes, because like the fight between me and Emmanuel, and it's gonna incorporate a little bit like some of the elbow moves from Muay Thai, a little bit of the knee moves, knee moves, And then like if we're gonna just pretty much try to like use as much as we can, but then at the same time like not go overboard with it. Like we're gonna because technically like how my character fights, he's supposed to be more of like a street fighter, like street brawler. So it's like he's not gonna be like, oh, I know every martial art move, and it's like he's gonna be more like, oh, I can fight like how you fight, like I'll do punches, knees, elbows, like whatever it does to win the fight. And the difference between him and then the character Rogue, Rogue is supposed to be this trained one, so he's gonna be using a lot of like elbow moves, like he's gonna be using a lot of these moves. So it's like it's showing the difference between how my character is a street brawler and his character is more a professional. Like he's professional at this, so he knows how to take down people.
Cool. Antonio de la Cruz, gonna see the film. Will comment on YouTube. Thanks, you guys. Antonio, thank you very much. Like I said, we will put the link in the body of this post once it goes from live to the post. Alex, just to close out, what's one way that people can help you out? I mean, funds, resources, and then also how can people get in touch with you?
All right. Well, I have an Indiegogo right now, so I will send a link to Edgar so you can put in the body.
Yeah.
And another way you guys can help is you can like our Facebook page, which is it's called Garcia Franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, just share it around with your friends, any people that want to be or interested in seeing a little short indie action film.
Cool.
And then pretty much there, it's like, and the way they can contact me, they can either contact me on my personal Facebook, or they can contact me on my actor Facebook page, which either one, I'll answer you no matter what. And if you can't get in contact with me, other people can get in contact, which is my two assistant directors, which is my friend Emmanuel, who's also starring in it, and then my friend David Harnick, which you can contact both of them, or you can contact my producer, who is Sandra. Either one of them, you can contact any of us, and we'll lead you the right way.
Cool. You guys, any more questions for Mr. Alex Martinez? Any more questions with regards to filmmaking, especially our debate of gear versus how you use it? All right, any more questions? Going once, going twice. In the meantime, I'll give you guys my spiel. Of course, it's called FILMspiration because it's obviously filmmaking, but you know, it's about inspiring each other and inspiring each other to keep on going, to keep on bettering our projects and take things to the next level. Hopefully, there's money involved on the back end, but you know what? Though you got to do a lot of things. That let that be, you know, my one of my closing remarks here. You have to do something, I think, that inspires you and that you feel right here. That if you are not doing it, you are bothered. You are not at peace if you're not doing it. In my case, filmmaking. In your case?
Pretty much filmmaking the same way. It's like just because you want to continue, it's like.
So and I've heard a saying out there that says it has to be something you have to be willing to do for free because you love it that much. Guess what? That's kind of true. So whatever it is that your passion is, Mario says, is it good to go to film school or learn on the way?
All right, there's two ways to get. It's like it's a mix of both. Because like granted, it's good to go to film school because they do have they have like the equipment that you probably won't be able to do on your own. But at the same time, it's like it's kind of pricey too. So it's like if you want to put the money in to go learn all this stuff, okay, go ahead. But if you want to like, let's say you want to learn on the way, best one too is if you go watch FilmRide, which is online, because they're great people to learn from. Then you also have Rocket Jump, and then you have like all these ones on YouTube. Like it's like you can go to school just so you can you can actually play with the equipment they have and learn that way. And then they do have teachers who are very experienced in this. And there's also the LA
Film School online.
I about that one, yeah. But yeah, like it's good because also plus the difference between doing it on watching it online or going actually to school is that if you go to school, you actually connect with people.
Yeah.
And so you can meet people like, oh, they'll help you with this and that. And like plus if I didn't go to film school too, I wouldn't have met my teacher Robert Loomis, who is an independent filmmaker. My teacher Larry Foster, Georgiana, Jake. It's like I would have met a lot of these people, and thanks to that film school, I also got to do an internship for a feature film that got shot here, which thanks to that, I got to meet a guy named Ralph Flores Jr., who actually was gaffer for Underworld, Hellboy, Resident Evil, Apocalypse. So if I did not go to film school, I would have not met any of these people. And thanks to them, I became a better filmmaker than I am right now. But also thanks to FilmRide, I learned stuff I probably
It's kind of a mixture because
Yeah.
I mean I don't want to knock. I don't want to knock. Hey Robert Linden, what's going on, man? How you doing,
What's up,
brother?
Robert?
You can get all the equipment you need. Microsoft for about $70,000 for 3 years. Wow.
I didn't think that.
Here's my sentiment, because this is another running debate in the filmmaking community: film school versus no film school. I don't ever want to knock traditional formal academia, personally, but the only problem that I have with it is what's charged of students. But I have no problem with education. I've never had a problem with learning a craft, a discipline, however you want to say it. I've never had a problem with that. The problem that I have is with the economics behind it, like the money that wants to be pulled out of people. But that said, I think education's always great. And that said, if let's say you don't want to or can't spend the money um, on film school, um, had to reboot.
Had it doing well. That's good, Robert. That's good. It's doing well.
Robert, yeah, good, man. Happy to hear you're doing well. So there's as this guy Knives Monroe says online, he uses the phrase YouTube University. You guys want to learn something, anything, even outside of filmmaking, any craft, anything at all? Get online, Google it, YouTube it. There's ways to learn anything out there, including filmmaking. So it just all depends on what route you want to take. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. I think there are just more routes, more different ways, and more different options. With you guys at Mike Ford, Mr. Mike Ford, how you doing, man? Good to see you on here. AJ, you had to reboot your computer? Did your computer go down? So anyway, you guys, let me give you guys my closing spiel, of course, as usual. Going off of the sentiment of just yeah, man. AJ, just be dedicated. Mario, awesome. Thank you. You're very welcome, man. Thank you for asking the question, bro. Because these are long running debates, and I know they can turn into raging debates. And I've seen people get pissed off at each other over such debates: gear, film school versus no film school, this camera versus that camera. There's no one answer. It's whatever's right for you, I believe. And that's just my 2 cents on it. Did Alex take acting classes?
I was reading Robert versus just stop say hi because I'm like, that's good.
You're at a birthday party. Robert, anytime you're around, man, I'm born again. So it's probably my birthday too. Do you like that? You
that was a good one.
You guys weren't expecting that cheese, huh? It's like a quesadilla around here, isn't it?
Did I take acting classes? Well, when I first started acting, that's when I started my YouTube channel, which was in 2010. No, I did not. But when I started going to my film school, they did have an acting class, which helped me a lot. And then plus, I will also have, it's like I can't take credit for everything. So I'll also say, I did, also when I used to work with Robert a little bit more, I will have to say thank you to him too, because I did learn a few things from him as well. Because I was like, I want to thank him as well, because I wouldn't. He's also one of the people. It's like when they say you have to. It's like you have to be grateful for every person you met. I will have to be very grateful for when I met Robert, because he is a really cool guy, and I still wouldn't be here if I didn't at least been friends with him, or at least just our little interaction. I'm very grateful just to met him.
I'm not big into the action thing as usual, but the times when Robert did push or put out a friendly challenge to say, hey, have you ever considered a kung fu movie or a martial arts action films? I rose to the occasion, but I wouldn't have done that if he wouldn't have proposed it. I only became more enriched. I can't speak. I only became more enriched because of you, Robert. So thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. AJ, let me see. AJ says you have to jump in the water. That's right, brother. That's one way to learn how to swim. You just got to jump in the water. Learn each position you can to better communicate with your crew. Oh, that is so true, because I've seen some film crews that could benefit from a little bit better communication. But communication. We're in the film is a communication, modes of communication, and ironically enough, in the communications field, one of the biggest problems is the lack of communication. So, Miss you guys. Talk to you guys later. Robert, we miss you, man.
Take care, Robert.
Tucson hasn't been the same. It's missing a piece of itself. That's
Yeah,
called
that's
Robert Linden. But we're happy you're out there in LA, man, doing your thing. You guys, just to close out, one, and thank you for all your comments and questions. And I love being cut off by them. That way I can drink some water and, you know, we talk and address your questions and comments. You guys, whatever dream you got, make sure it's something that you would even do for free. A lot of times, a lot of us are still doing it for free, and that's okay because you know what? It enriches you right here, and it keeps you going. So whatever it is that you do, just keep on doing it and push forward. Obviously, in this medium, in filmmaking, most of us are filmmakers on here.
Share the knowledge like you guys are doing, yeah.
Thank you, man. Yeah. That's all we can do, man. I mean, if you know, I'm not a Kardashian, so I can't give out a lot of money, but I can share knowledge and I can share whatever I can, and it's usually a lot of the great filmmaking, great filmmakers here in Tucson, and everything that you guys have to share. So that's what we can do, and that's all we can do, AJ. You're awesome, brother. David Gonzalez says you're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Appreciate it, man. And you're awesome for jumping aboard, man. We greatly appreciate it, man. Got to embrace each other. Right. All of us, man. Let me see. You need a learning curve at some point. You're gonna bank on. Yeah, that's true. At some point, some way, shape, or form, you will pull in some money. I've been paid a few times for other people's film jobs, but since I mostly work on my stuff and focus on my stuff, I'll pay myself. But then the check bounces, and then I get into a fight with myself. I'm just kidding. More cheese. You guys keep on pushing forward in whatever that you do in filmmaking, mostly filmmaking in this case. This has been Alex. We're a little bit burnt out. We're in this room right now. This has been Mr. Alex Martinez. Upcoming short film shoot for Garcia 2, The Rebirth. Coming up in early July, so we should have the short film by maybe early August.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim to have it by August or October. Because one thing I want to do is if everything goes well, I do want to submit this to film festivals. Yeah. Because
there's action film festivals out there.
Yeah. I know about that. There's one in LA which I've been trying to aim for, but it's like I need to go film for that one.
Cool. Well, you guys. So this has been Alex Martinez. Stay tuned, and then we're gonna have the link to the first Garcia short film, as well as how you can get in touch with Alex, and then also the Garcia franchise Facebook page link as well, all in the body once this turns into a regular post. You guys, my name is writer-director Edgar. Thank you for jumping aboard, and whatever your dreams and goals are, just go after them. Do them at any and all costs, at any level possible, by any means necessary, with any resources and tools that you have. You guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Callie and Zaira Jones, thank you so much for jumping aboard. Watch the rebroadcast right now. You guys, thank you very much. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. All that stuff will also be in the body of the film. So of the post. This is what happens when you start to go brain dead. I need to drink some coffee. You guys, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate you all jumping aboard. And if you guys want to jump, for those of you who are part of the Producciones Sequoia fan page, we're going to go live in there for a little bit as well, also coming up. So if you want to jump on over there to keep it going. Thank you very much, you guys. Have an awesome day. Okay. And Alex, can we have you on so that we can kind of see an update for Garcia too?
Sure, yeah.
See how it went?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. All right. Guys, thank you very much. Have an awesome day. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.